Hello from Canada. In Canadian news this week, we've had some reporting from the infamous CBC News that was, dare I say, hopeful for us. CBC reported on a Saskatchewan female powerlifter named Jackie Osedsky, who was one of the athletes displaced on the podium in the official Strongman Games World Championships in Arlington, Texas last week. Jackie should rightfully have placed third, but was given fourth due to a man taking first place. The article was shockingly, especially for CBC, sympathetic to Jackie and explained that she said her victory felt empty because she was robbed of the chance to celebrate with the other female athletes properly, women she's known for years, who she refers to as her sisters. They did, of course, also share Faye Johnstone's take on the situation, but the article was overall very much on the right side of this issue, especially for CBC, as I said. Perhaps even our most captured mainstream media sources are beginning to realize that the tide has turned without them. Meanwhile, over in BC, a man has taken first place during the Victoria Barbell Open. Audrey Yun was one of two men to take medals in the competition, but Yun took first place along with a cash prize. This was Yun's second time competing in the female category. He'd entered the same competition in 2024 and was suspended after complaints made by some of the female athletes reporting that Yun had made inappropriate comments regarding them online, including questioning how, quote, pissing beside them would make them feel. The corporation created a third open category in the competition for athletes who do not identify as their biological sex following this incident, but did not enforce any rules forcing the men to use that category. In other news, the Canadian Femicide Observatory for Justice and Accountability has launched a 580 episode podcast, one episode for each woman killed by femicide in Canada since 2020. The podcast is called the Two True Crime podcast and can be found on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. They're also circulating a petition to call on Canada to recognize femicide and include it in the criminal code. The link will be available in our weekly email and can also be found on their X page. Finally, an Alberta woman has found herself at the center of a legal battle due to online comments she made regarding a trans activist she ran into at the craft fair at Mount Royal University. The activist was raising money for what she called the Trans Affirming Legal Fund to fight back against Danielle Smith's proposed legislation to protect children from gender ideology and keep parents in the loop regarding the mental health of their children. After a heated conversation, Kathy Drake posted on X, beginning the post with groomers at MRU, and went on to describe the conversation that was had and what the trans activists were raising money for. The bottom line is that Kathy shared her opinion online and is now facing legal consequences. Chanel Fall, teacher and advocate for parental rights, has launched a campaign to raise money for Kathy's legal fund, which can be found on Kathy's X page, Nuala Moonsnail. That's all I have for you today from Canada. Have a great day.